Let's talk about climbing the Capricorn Mountain. For those of you who came to the Zodiac Lounge late, my name is Samuel Reynolds. I am your co-host and founder, and I want to talk to you about Capricorn. Some measure of the Capricorn experience you're having right now. What am I talking about? Is it warm in here? No! It is cold in the northern hemisphere. And it relates to a very deep thing about Capricorn. In the northern hemisphere, Capricorn relates to that time when we're now descending from having longer days to longer nights, longer, colder nights. And those colder nights makes us have to generate heat among ourselves. Now that's a very important point because it goes along with this message between evolution, what comes out of you toward spirit, and spirit descending into matter. And it's a very deep message when you understand Capricorn. It relates to the idea of spirit descending into matter. There's a reason why we celebrate the birth of a child 3 days after the winter solstice. The idea is that spirit now has coalesced into matter. And by virtue of being into matter, we celebrate the divine in flesh. What does that mean for us, regular people, living our lives and not necessarily messiahs? It means that you, during this idea of Capricorn, and I want you to entertain Capricorn as an idea. Don't fixate it like, well, I ain't no Capricorn. My boyfriend might be a Capricorn. I ain't no Capricorn. No. You have all 12 signs in you. You have them in different degrees, but the idea of Capricorn is relating to the grounding of spirit into the material world. Grounding your spirit and your force, animating that energy to move into the physical world and develop it. Capricorn relates to the energy of improvement. It relates to the energy of transformation. The idea of the Messiah is just one exoteric symbol for a very deeper meaning. The deeper meaning is how you use the material world, whether that's in terms of money, your body, in order for it to become stronger, in order for us to generate heat, in order for us to take the energy of Sagittarius, which is the last fire sign for our calendrical year, transform that fire, that spirit, and move it into matter, shaping each other, working with each other. So let's talk about Capricorn as a sign for a minute beyond that point, that very broad point. So Capricorn deals with the idea of the mountain because it deals with the idea of partly the mountain goat. The real symbol for Capricorn, I have to break it to you, is not a mountain goat. A lot of people don't know that. They think like, it's about to go, it's go, yeah, ho, greatest of all time, ho. It's a sea goat. Now why is that important? Because Capricorn relates to the idea of the depth of material experience on sea, in the sea, and on land. So it is the idea of encompassing both our experience in the ocean and at the top of the mountain. So it is the full essence of experience of everything in human life. See, you've been misled. Many people think, well, Capricorns are very serious and ambitious, and they do things, and they can be boring, blah, blah, blah. Completely farther from the truth. There's a gleam in their eye because they relate to the idea of spirit in matter, of activating that energy from sea, from creature on sea to creature at the highest peak on land. Now, Capricorns are often told, whether we're talking about the sun, the moon, or the rising, that there's some mountain. They forget about the sea part, dealing with the emotions, the depth of human experience. Someone tells them, there's a mountain over there, boy or girl, climb that. And so they start climbing that mountain and going toward that mountain and believing that the only thing they have to do is climb that mountain and get to the top. Now, that's one level of the Capricorn experience. The other real level that I have as a message for Capricorn is realizing, why do you climb the mountain? And climbing the mountain isn't just about getting to the top. It's for the full experience of being a soul, a spirit and body, and activating every part of that. Your passion, your drive, to enjoy the journey for its own sake. And once you get to that top of the mountain, you know that there's vistas beyond that you can see, and you want to bring that energy back to humanity. You want to share that spirit about bringing the energy of what you learned from the discipline of being in your body, from the discipline of using money, from the discipline of being in the material world in order for humanity to become better. And at that particular moment, you have transcended from Capricorn into Aquarius. And Aquarius is where we can see the vision of how humanity can improve, and taking that spirit and that sense of structure to become even more. In terms of the people who in this room are mainly dark, there is no accident why this man says this to you or to us. I have seen the promised land. And I know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
That's right.
That man was a Capricorn.
Yes.
At the last night of his life. And he had seen what the mountain really was. And what was beyond the mountain. That, my friends, is the essence and truth and life of Capricorn. So as you think about what mountains you have to climb, what things you've had to travail, realize that you are a creature of sea and land that can take all the material form that you can actually encompass, whether that's in your body, whether that's in terms of, sex. Let's be real. Because I'm going to tell you something. Some of the horniest is the reason why Capricorn relates to the idea of the horn. Capricornus, okay? And so a lot of people don't know, in terms of the horniest sign in the zodiac, it's not Scorpio. It's Capricorn. That's why, speaking of Dr. King, that's there's that part too. I'm just being real. Ali, Capricorn. And that's what that spirit, that essence, that vitality is what gives them their longevity. Tiger Woods. I'm telling you. Now, that doesn't mean your girlfriend, your boyfriend is going to creep on you just because they're a Capricorn, right? But I'm telling you, the misconception people have about Capricorns, like, oh, they're not getting it. Elvis, we forgot. But it's also what gives them that longevity. You're not going to think about anyone, now speaking of him for a second, you're not going to find anyone, once they're in touch with that vitality, who's been out there as long as Capricorn. LL Cool J has had like 3 different careers and was still, up until recently, making music. No one beats him. Despite what we thought 20 years ago about Mary J. Blige, she's still making music. The Wiz. They have this longevity. The key thing is remembering why you climb the mountain. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for coming out. That's my talk on Capricorn. Got to multitask. Oh, no, I got you on camera. Oops, sorry.